think.
Yeah, I got it. I was sending it to myself, and all that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Got presents.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
Add this to my collection of Narcan that I already have. I got so much Narcan. Yeah, it is, yeah. Already had to use like three. I had to use like three of them already. Yeah. That's my collection.
Oh, thank you.
To get that set up, if you guys ever come across anybody who is overdosing on opiates, you just open these up and it's kind of like the nasal spray for like if you have allergies, spray it twice in each nostril, wait 5 minutes, and then there's another dose there as well. And if you look on your brochures, this is something Jay's working on. There's some stats on the back. And on the front, there's going to be no benefit. I will be speaking there as our main speaker.
You said you're going to be speaking in the main speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's a pretty big event. There's going to be a couple of people there. Sweet. It's over here.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Jake's journey home. Let's see here. This lady is Jean. I chose this agency because this woman was a part of my experience while I was homeless the past 2 years. Let's see here. She's really special. She like, her agency is really important because she actually goes out to the encampments. She connects like the agencies to the actual people in need out in the trenches, basically. So it was super cool to like give back, and it was pretty surreal to like be able to provide services that I had once received for so long to the same exact people in the same community that I was homeless in. All the same people. It was a trip. And I already volunteer with her on a regular basis, so it was a very easy decision. And this lady really means a lot to me. So all these pictures are from my volunteer experiences with her. She started the nonprofit after losing both of her sons to fentanyl overdoses after they struggled with homelessness themselves. Her mission statement is connect, respect, and assist. She's really big on like treating homeless people, like rehumanizing homeless people, treating them like humans and adults. She's really big on boots on the ground. And emphasizes developing deep relationships with the homeless in the community. Not just the homeless, but like police officers, politicians. I know that if somebody's getting ready to go into a program, she'll connect with the police, and then the police will like leave those people won't harass them. Because we were out in Folsom. Folsom's pretty like anti-homeless, really anti-homeless. I had a pretty bad experience out there. I'd get the cops would kick me in my sleep, and they're pretty nasty. So it's pretty cool that they have that relationship. So this cop met up with us. Is a whole part of the homeless outreach team or whatever. He actually, I've had a couple of encounters with him myself. So yeah, this is just an awesome experience to be on the other side and help it out. So what it looks like was Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m., which is what we did. She basically sets out, goes down the back alleys, goes down the railroad tracks into the encampments, hands out food, Narcan, toiletries, first aid, gift cards. She gives out phones, free bicycles. It's really crazy. And then, provides cell phones so she can communicate and locate, and she needs a phone. If you don't have a phone out there, you really can't do much. I know I was trying to get in the program several times, and I would like lose my phone. It would rain so much that I would get drenched, and it would break, and then like my wait period for rehab would come up, and then I would lose my spot in the communication tool. So it's really important. And she just acts as a liaison between social agencies. She's really connected with, she's got a lot of connections with the providers of services, and she can just get people in really quick, which is really important. All right. A lot of people die in the wait periods as well to get in programs. It's really, it's not very fun. Okay, so this is us providing services. We have a non-disclosure agreement, obviously, to respect them. I actually know this lady, and we were able to hook her up with housing through Medi-Cal, CalAIMS, I believe it was called. So in the span of a year and a half, she's reduced the homeless population from 96 to 32 individuals, which is pretty substantial for one woman. Yeah, so she's housed, she's either housed or gotten into programs, gotten into mental health treatment, rehab, and programs and funding for 64 individuals. And many people don't think about the importance of the homeless population and their dignity, treating them like human beings and allowing them to feel they are worth more than the circumstances. Speaking from personal experience, that was the thing that stuck with me the most, was she never judged you. She just basically met you where you were at and tried to get you help the best that she could. And I got to be part of that process. Awesome. So resources and gaps. This is one of the encampments. We hiked it down a half-mile railroad tracks moved by the light rail at Folsom, and went along all these encampments. The gaps are long wait times to get into programs are obviously deadly. There's a severe lack of actually getting the resources directly to the people that need it. What I found is the resources are there, they're just not able to get to the people who need it the most. So our goal is to one day have an all-encompassing detox rehab and sober living environment all on one campus with guidance and support and accountability throughout the whole process. Kind of streamline the recovery process or the housing process. All right, my experience. And this is just some guy who's interested in what we're doing. So, like I said, it was pretty surreal to have been on the other side, being able to assist in providing the exact resources I used to receive. Every person we met, I had previous relationships with while on the streets. Pretty interesting, most people, they didn't really react to it. They're just oh, it's not even dead. You know what I mean? Which I thought they were dead. Well, it's not good, but that's just how it is out there. Mm-hmm. People disappear, and then it's that's just what happens. So I hope it inspires somebody to see that it is possible. I know it probably somebody used to run with if you see that they can get out and actually succeed and start college and be housed and doing some stuff. I'm sure it's easier to relate to a woman who's never gone through it, even though she does incredible work. It was an honor to be by her side. I was able to answer questions that the lady were helping me out. She was curious how difficult it's going to be in the first few months, the detox process, and what to expect. Which I didn't have when I was going to go through, so I hope that helped. Like I said, that. And we were able to help at least one person sign up to get into housing, and it just means a lot to me. So, let's see, here's one more. Key takeaways. Biopsychosocial model is key, all-encompassing. You need to take care of the health, mental health, physical health, and spiritual health, basically. Like I said, the resources are there. The issue is ensuring it reaches the intended population. Accountability and follow-through is very important. You can't just give the keys to a house and then be okay, good luck, you guys. You really need follow-through and accountability. There always are going to be a population who are out to maybe take advantage and they're not ready yet. So in order to succeed, you really need to follow through. There's a lot of suffering out there in our very own communities. A lot of times you don't see it. But experiencing it firsthand is something I'm deeply passionate about because I know what's going on. For the richest country on earth, it really is something I'm just passionate about because the resources are there. They just need to get to you. And it's possible and it works. I'm living proof of that. So today is actually my 9 months. So 9 months ago. The conclusion is 9 months ago. That was me.
Yep.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
So is she by herself? Like, it's like.
At the moment, yeah, there are some people who like will come in. There's nobody like permanent. She goes out every day, but there are people who come in from time to time and help her pass things out. She's got a huge like donation community. You know what I mean? Like these people Folsom have a lot of money, and they want to help the homeless population. Best way to do that is to give them houses and stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, unfortunately, she is by herself. I would love to like get my degree and be able to like be her. She's got nobody really to pass it on to. You know what I mean? I would love to like insert myself in there, and I think my experience can help her help other people. So.
Yeah, not really a question, it's just a statement, especially what you said. I said this in my presentation too. The resources are there, but the outreach is lacking. Because when I was out there myself, the only reason why I was able to get help is because I had to do it. I found the willpower to do it. But not everybody is like fortunate enough to find the willpower. You know, when you get into a program, you see like the treatment's there, it's all there. But that's what the field I want to go to is the outreach. You know, to actually get out there. I do some volunteer work here once here and there. I try to do it for my work, my volunteer hours, but I couldn't get in. Once in a blue moon, I work with a buddy of mine. We do homeless outreach. We just tell them our experiences. We've been there, what we did to get better. We don't tell them like this is what you need to do. You just tell them our experiences. You can't, tell someone what they're supposed to do. You just tell them what we did. But yeah, I like that. What you say. That you're living proof. We are living proof. If we can do it, so can you. And what would a difference do that picture? You were scared. Makes me think, because I was just showing you my picture too, like a few days before I went into rehab, and it was bad. I was 100, I was 900. They weighed me my first day in rehab. I was 160 pounds now, but my first day in, I was 102 pounds. 102 pounds, yep.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's true, dude. Like, I used to pay police officers whenever I'd have an encounter, like, for help. Most of the time, the response I would get is like, bro, I can't pull a program out of my back pocket.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just unfortunately like really desensitized and hardened. I understand they have a lot of probably rough encounters with homeless people, but it is essential to have people that actually. Because when I was out there without a phone and stuff, sorry.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, without a phone and all that, it's a whole different. It's like you're living in a different country. No access to news, no transportation. You're basically outside of society. You're basically invisible. So
yeah, there's a stigma around it. We're seeing it when you're out there and you're in your addiction and you're on the streets. People see you. Especially people who are more fortunate. Maybe come from money or never really had that kind of struggle before. They look at you. Kind of as a waste of space, scum. To society. They don't really. Yeah, like it's a choice. Like get your shit together. They don't really understand. So there's a stigma around it, and it's also societal influences too that have worked us into thinking that drug addicts are a problem in society, and they need to be killed or thrown in jail. But it's yeah.
Is there, this says tickets, does it cost to go to this?
Yeah, so it's like a dinner, and then they have like a donation drive.
Oh, have you know what tickets are?
I can find out. Like I was talking to her this morning. We talk almost on a daily basis.
Is it kid friendly?
Yeah. It's over at Folsom. It's going to be in a park or something this year. Oh, it's going to be in the community center.
Okay.
And again, there's drink, music, auctions and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So my parents actually spoke last year, and at that time they did not know if I was alive or dead, so they were telling their story. So this year I can tell.
Right on.
I am more of a same material. Like when you said like people out there just disappear, and that's just how it is. Like I'm gonna give you chills. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It is.
It's been a tough journey. Going from like your life having no value so long. And getting that self-worth back and stuff has been really tough. So,
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah.
I mean, I just,
Oh, yeah. I'm like, right.
I figured like I might as well start taking care of myself.
You look like you would work out. You
I
like
try.
healthy.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah. So,
Being out there, like in the role you were, how did you feel that the officers were responding to you guys?
when I was homeless?
No, as you're homeless, it sounds like it wasn't a
Right.
area, but that in this space was a.
So yeah, so like he didn't recognize who I was. I didn't let him know who I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so you just get treated totally different.
Yeah.
You got to treat like a human.
Yes, it's really blew my mind because I'm from like a upper middle class suburban family. I grew up in gated communities.
Yeah.
So like it really blew my mind that that journey all the way down to the bottom, and I met people who were born on the streets, had no other life, and can't even fathom anything other than being on the streets.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to add to that too, they act like when the way they treat you too is totally different. So let's say you have a problem. Let's say if you're in a good situation, but let's say you have a drinking problem and you go into a program then, or maybe you are an officer, you're a cop, and you're saying go into rehab. They support you all the way. They're all like, oh yeah, you need to get help. We support you. We get it. It's a problem. But the second you lose your home and you're out on the streets, it's totally different. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You're a waste of space. Yeah, it's just totally different. Yeah.
You have no advocates, you really no avenue. You lack power, you know what I mean? So people can get away with a lot. I'll share a pretty crazy story. We still have time. What really made me drop everything and change my entire lifestyle was I witnessed somebody get murdered. Everybody left them there to die. Nobody gave a shit. So I tried my best to help them. The police refused to come to the area we were at for they're worried for their safety or whatever. So I carried this kid a half mile to the meeting point. It's there's helicopters overhead and stuff. The kid was begging me to help him, and he passed away before I could get him to the police officers. They didn't fingerprint me, they didn't search me. They interviewed me for 5 minutes. I was the last one with this kid's body. Then they just let me go, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
They didn't try.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah,
It's just another
27-year-old kid.
because he doesn't serve any purpose to society.
Well, he
It's
was
just
also black, he was gay,
Yeah.
and he was homeless.
doesn't serve any. Doesn't serve.
It's real, dude. I mean, there's one thing that there's a story behind every homeless person.
That's crazy. Bro, that's her job. That's her whole job.
There's a whole side of society that people don't see.
No, there's not. It's